"I'm not letting you touch me until you pay for my girl's trip to Dubai," she said. I replied, "Fair enough." Then I packed my stuff and moved out while she was shopping for bikinis. She came home to empty closets and a note. "Enjoy Dubai. I'm enjoying being single." Hey viewers, before we move on to the video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if you want to see more stories like this. Thanks. Looking back, I should have seen it coming when she stopped even pretending to contribute. Jessica and I had been together for about a year and a half when everything fell apart. We met through mutual friends, hit it off, and after about a year of dating, she moved into my apartment. I'm an operations manager making decent money. She works in social media marketing for a retail company. When she first brought up moving in, she was all about building our future together and saving money for investments. That was 6 months ago. She hasn't paid a dime since. The first month, she said she needed to get her finances organized. Made sense. Second month, she was building her emergency fund first. Third month, it was, once I get that promotion I'm up for. By month 6, she just stopped mentioning it entirely. I was covering rent, utilities, groceries, probably 90% of our living expenses while she saved. Except she wasn't saving. She was spending. I noticed the designer bags first. Then the endless brunch photos with her friends at places that charged $20 for avocado toast. New clothes constantly. But whenever I gently brought up maybe contributing to the household expenses, she'd pivot. "I'm investing in my career, Ryan. My image matters in social media marketing. You want me to succeed, don't you?" Her birthday was 4 months ago. She sent me links to what she wanted: an $800 purse, $300 shoes, expensive jewelry. I got her the purse. Nice gift, I thought. Her reaction when she opened it? Just the one thing? Not thank you. Not appreciation. Just disappointment I hadn't bought multiple items off her wish list. 2 months ago, her friend Morgan's boyfriend took her to Cabo for a long weekend. Jessica wouldn't shut up about it. Every conversation somehow circled back to it. That's what a real man does. He creates experiences for his partner. I'd taken her to a nice resort upstate the month before. Weekend getaway, spa, good restaurants. But it wasn't Cabo, so it barely registered. She posted photos on Instagram. Just her by the pool. No mention of me, no couple shots. Caption was something like, "Treating myself sparkles," as if she'd paid for it herself. I started noticing a pattern. When she wanted something, new shoes, fancy dinner, weekend trip, she'd be extra affectionate. Touching my arm, kissing my neck, being sweet. I'd buy whatever it was or take her wherever she wanted. Then immediately after, she'd go cold. Distant. Back on her phone, barely acknowledging me. Suggest we stay in and cook to save some money? Cold shoulder for days. Take her to an expensive restaurant? Warm and attentive that night, distant by morning. It was subtle enough that I kept making excuses for it. She's stressed from work. She's tired. She's got a lot on her mind. But the pattern was there, clear as day if I'd been willing to see it. Then came the Dubai trip. Her friends, Morgan, Ashley, Taylor, started planning it about a month ago. Girls trip, 5-star resort, clubs, the whole Instagram influencer experience. Jessica talked about it constantly, showing me photos of the hotel, the rooftop pools, the beach clubs. I figured she'd been saving up for it with all that money. She wasn't contributing to rent. I was wrong. It was a Tuesday night. I was on the couch with my laptop, finishing up some work emails. She came out of the bedroom wearing new lingerie I'd never seen before. In the moment, I didn't think much of it, but later I realized it was all part of the performance. She sat down next to me, very close, ran her hand up my arm. "So, I need to talk to you about something." I closed my laptop. "Okay. The Dubai trip is in 2 weeks. I'm so excited." "Yeah, you've been talking about it. Should be fun. It's $8,000 total. Flights, hotel, everything." I looked at her. "That's expensive." "I know, but it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing. All the girls are going. How are you covering it?" She smiled, snuggled closer. "Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. I've been thinking, we've been together over a year, you know? You haven't really done anything big for me. This could be your gift. Show you're invested in us." It took a second for that to register. "You want me to pay for your girl's trip?" "Not pay for it," she said, like I was being dense. "Invest in our relationship. Show you support my happiness. By spending $8,000 on a trip I'm not going on. Other guys do this for their girlfriends. Morgan's boyfriend paid for Cabo. Taylor's boyfriend is covering part of her costs. It's what partners do. I felt something shift in my chest. Partners contribute to rent. Her face changed immediately. Got hard. Here we go? You're going to throw that in my face now. I'm just saying I've been covering everything for 6 months while you save. Now you want 8 grand for vacation. It's not about the money, Ryan. It's about showing you care. I do care. But $8,000. She stood up abruptly. Fine. Let me make this simple for you. I looked up at her. I'm not letting you touch me until you pay for this trip. The words just hung there in the air between us. I stared at her, trying to process what she'd just said. What? You heard me. You want intimacy? Show me you're serious about us. Pay for Dubai. I felt something cold settle in my stomach. The pattern I'd been ignoring suddenly became crystal clear. Every affectionate moment had been transactional. Every time she'd withheld attention, she'd been training me. And now she was making it explicit. Fair enough, I said. She blinked, thrown off. She'd expected me to argue, maybe to get angry. So you'll pay for it. I said fair enough. You're withholding intimacy until I pay $8,000. I understand the terms. It's not like that. It's exactly like that. She got flustered. I'm just being honest about what I need. If you can't do this one thing for me, maybe we're not as serious as I thought. Maybe we're not. That wasn't the response she wanted. Fine. Think about it. I'm going out with the girls to talk about the trip. We'll discuss this when I get back. She went to the bedroom, changed into regular clothes, grabbed her purse, and left. The door closed and I sat there in the silence. I didn't sleep that night. Just lay there staring at the ceiling, replaying the entire relationship. Every time I'd paid for something and she'd barely thanked me. Every time I'd suggested saving money and she'd pouted until I caved. Every affectionate gesture that evaporated the moment she got what she wanted. And now this. Explicit, transactional manipulation. Sex for $8,000. By the time the sun came up, I knew exactly what I was going to do. Wednesday, I went to work like normal. Kept my head down, focused on my projects. During lunch, I texted my brother Kyle. Can I crash at your place for a bit? Doors always open. What's up? Tell you later. I spent the afternoon looking at apartments online. Found a few decent options, 1-bedrooms in good neighborhoods. Started doing the math on breaking my current lease early versus just writing it out. Jessica texted me around 3. Still thinking about it? I replied, nope. Answer still no. Her response came fast. Wow. Okay then. Good to know where I stand. I didn't respond. That night she barely spoke to me. Stayed in the bedroom, scrolling her phone. I sat on the couch and started making plans. Thursday morning she announced she was going shopping with Ashley and Morgan. Need to get bikinis and stuff for the trip. Have fun, I said. She gave me a look like she was waiting for me to stop her, to tell her I'd changed my mind. When I didn't, she left. The moment her Uber pulled away, I called Kyle. I'm moving out today. Can you help? On my way. Kyle showed up 30 minutes later with his friend Marcus and a truck they'd borrowed. We worked fast. Most of the furniture was mine from before she moved in. Couch, TV stand, desk, bed frame. She'd brought the mattress and some decorative stuff, but that was about it. We packed my clothes, my electronics, my kitchen stuff, my books. Everything that was mine. Took about 3 hours to load it all up and drive it to Kyle's garage and a storage unit. By 4 o'clock, my stuff was out. The apartment looked strange, half empty. Her things were still there. Her clothes in the closet, her toiletries in the bathroom, her decorative pillows on her mattress that now sat directly on the floor since I'd taken the frame. I went back one more time to leave the note. Pulled out my phone and typed it out, then wrote it by hand on a piece of paper. Jessica, I'm moving out. My name is on the lease, so you have 30 days to find a new place. I've paid this month's rent already. You wanted me to pay $8,000 to prove I'm serious about our relationship. I'm proving I'm serious about not being in a transactional one. Enjoy Dubai. I'm enjoying being single. Don't contact me. Ryan. I left it on the kitchen counter where she'd see it immediately. Put my key next to it. Then I pulled out my phone and texted my landlord. Explained the situation, started the formal 30-day notice process to get her off the premises. She wasn't on the lease anyway, so legally she was just a guest. I blocked her number. Blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Then I got in my car and drove to Kyle's place. You good? He asked when I walked in. I thought about it. Yeah, I actually am. For the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. Jessica came home around 8 that evening. I know because Kyle's apartment is across town and I was already settled in, but I got the play-by-play later from the landlord and a mutual friend who happened to be nearby. She walked in with shopping bags full of bikinis and resort wear, calling out, "Babe," to an empty apartment. The silence must have been the first clue. Then she walked into the living room and saw the empty space where my couch and TV used to be. I heard later she dropped the shopping bags right there in the doorway. She ran to the bedroom. My closet was empty. Bathroom, my stuff was gone. Kitchen, half the appliances missing. That's when she saw the note on the counter. The calls started immediately. My phone lit up with blocked call notifications, 17 of them in the first 2 hours. Then the texts started coming from numbers I didn't recognize. Her friends' phones, obviously. "This is insane. You're breaking up with me over one comment?" I was joking about the intimacy thing. "Call me right now." I didn't respond to any of them. Just blocked each new number as it appeared. Friday morning I was at work when the receptionist called my extension. "There's a Jessica Martinez here to see you. Tell her I'm not available. She seems pretty upset. I'm not available. If she doesn't leave, please call security." She left. That weekend, her friends got involved. Ashley texted me from her number. "Jess is devastated. She didn't mean it literally about the trip. You're being extreme." I responded once, just to shut it down. She made the relationship transactional. I'm just respecting her terms. We're done. Then I blocked Ashley. Morgan tried next. She's been crying nonstop. "You're ruining the trip for her." I didn't even respond. Just blocked her too. The week before Dubai, Jessica's attempts got more desperate. Emails from new addresses. "I'll pay you back for everything. Just talk to me, please." She showed up at my gym Monday night. I'd already switched to a different location across town. She wasted her time. She messaged Kyle. "Please tell Ryan I need to talk to him. It's important." Kyle told her to stop contacting him. She posted vague stories on Instagram. Sad quotes about betrayal, about people showing their true colors. I didn't see them. I blocked her, but mutual friends sent screenshots. You never really know someone broken heart, with a sunset photo. She still went to Dubai. She'd already paid her portion before everything imploded, and her friends felt bad enough to cover the rest. But from what I heard later, the trip was a disaster for her. While she was posting forced smiles by infinity pools and pretending to have fun at beach clubs, I was living my actual life. I stayed at Kyle's for the first week, looking at apartments every evening. Found a great one-bedroom place with good light, close to work. Signed the lease, move-in date set for the week after she got back from Dubai. Work was going well. I'd been distracted for months dealing with Jessica's drama, and suddenly I could focus again. My boss actually pulled me aside to say I seemed more engaged lately. Got positive feedback on a project I'd been working on. I reconnected with friends I'd been neglecting. Grabbed beers with guys from college. Went to a basketball game. Just existed without walking on eggshells or checking my bank account anxiously. Hit the gym regularly. Started running again. Something I'd stopped doing when Jessica moved in because she always had something she needed me to do instead. It felt like waking up from a fog. About 10 days after the breakup, my friend Dave asked if I wanted to grab coffee with him and his girlfriend's friend Sarah. "Teacher," he said. "Normal person. Just coffee," he said. "No pressure." We met at a place downtown on a Saturday morning. Sarah was easy to talk to, asked about my work, told me about her 4th grade class, laughed at my jokes. When the check came, she grabbed it before I could. "Let's split this," she said. I must have looked surprised because she laughed. "What? You thought I'd make you pay? I have a job. I can buy my own coffee." "That's refreshing," I said. We exchanged numbers. Texted a bit over the next few days. Grabbed dinner that Friday. She insisted on splitting that too. "I don't believe in games," she said simply. "If I'm interested in someone, I show up as a whole person. I don't need someone to fund my life." It was such a stark contrast to Jessica that I almost laughed. Jessica got back from Dubai on a Sunday. She had 2 weeks left in the apartment based on the 30-day notice. I heard from the landlord that she'd been scrambling to find a place, but between the cost and the short timeline, she couldn't make it work. She ended up moving back in with her parents in the suburbs. Meanwhile, I moved into my new place. Spent a weekend getting it set up exactly how I wanted it. My furniture, my layout, my space. No designer pillows I didn't care about. No arguments about whether we could afford to order in when she wanted expensive sushi. Sarah came over to help me hang some pictures. We ordered pizza, drank beer, laughed about my terrible decorating skills. It was easy, comfortable. This place suits you, she said, looking around. Feels very you. Yeah, I said. It does. We'd been dating casually for about 3 weeks at that point. Nothing official, just enjoying each other's company. She had her own life, her own apartment, her own career. She didn't need me to complete her or fund her lifestyle. She just liked spending time with me. It was the healthiest thing I'd experienced in years. 6 weeks after I moved out, I ran into Jessica at a mutual friend's birthday party at a bar downtown. I'd been debating whether to go, knew there was a chance she'd be there, but Sarah encouraged me. You shouldn't avoid your own friends because of her, she said. Besides, I'd like to meet them. So we went. Me and Sarah, who I'd been dating for about a month by then. Still nothing official, but we were both happy with how things were going. The party was in full swing when we arrived. I was at the bar ordering drinks when I felt someone staring. Turned my head, and there was Jessica, standing about 10 feet away near a high-top table. She looked rough. The Instagram-perfect glow from Dubai was gone. Dark circles under her eyes, even under the makeup. She'd lost weight, but not in a healthy way. Just looked drawn. Our eyes met. She started walking over. Sarah was in the bathroom. Perfect timing. Can we talk? Jessica asked when she reached me. Not really interested. Please. 5 minutes. I sighed. Fine. 5 minutes. We stepped outside onto the bar's patio. It was quieter, cool evening air. I messed up, she said immediately. I know that. The Dubai thing was stupid. I was influenced by my friends, trying to keep up with them. But you didn't have to destroy everything over it. I didn't destroy anything. You did. I was testing you. And I failed the test. Good. It wasn't supposed to be serious. It was completely serious. You told me you'd withhold intimacy until I paid you $8,000. You made our relationship transactional. I decided I wasn't interested in being an ATM. Her eyes were getting wet. I'm living with my parents now. I had to leave that apartment. I lost my independence. You lost your independence when you moved into my place and stopped contributing anything. I was going to, for 6 months you said that. Never happened. You just kept spending while I covered everything. But I see you brought someone, she said, voice turning bitter. She must have seen Sarah and me come in together. Yeah, that was fast. It's been 6 weeks. You spent most of that time in Dubai, supposedly living your best life. It wasn't my best life. It was miserable. I was thinking about you the whole time. That's unfortunate. She stared at me. Do you feel anything? Seeing me like this. I thought about it honestly. Relief. Relief? Yeah. Relieved I got out before I wasted more time and money on someone who saw me as a wallet with legs. Her hand came up fast. The slap caught me on the cheek, sharp and stinging. I didn't flinch. Didn't raise my voice. Just looked at her calmly. The patio door opened. Sarah stood there, taking in the scene. She didn't say anything, just raised an eyebrow at me. Jessica looked at her with pure hatred. Perfect. You already replaced me. I didn't replace you, I said, keeping my voice even. I just stopped being someone's financial plan. Jessica's face twisted. You're an asshole. You know that. Maybe. But at least I'm not charging people for my company. She turned and walked back inside. I watched her push through the crowd and leave out the front door. Sarah walked over, handed me the beer she'd been holding. That was her. Yeah. She hit you. Yeah. You okay? I touched my cheek. I'm fine. She didn't hit that hard. Sarah took a sip of her beer, looking at me carefully. She seems like she's having a rough time. She made her choices. Do you feel bad? I thought about it. Really thought about it. No. I feel free. Sarah smiled. Good answer. We went back inside. Spent the rest of the night with my friends, who all loved Sarah. She fit right in, laughing and joking, being herself. No performance, no trying to impress anyone. Around midnight, one of my friends pulled me aside. Dude, Sarah's great. Massive upgrade. She's not an upgrade, I said. She's just an actual partner. 3 months later, Sarah and I were official and serious. She'd made it clear from the beginning. She split everything 50-50, insisted on it. When I tried to pay for dinner one night, she actually got annoyed. I have a career and a salary, she said. I'm not a child. We split things or I'm not going. We talked about money openly, about savings goals, about budgets, about the future. No games, no manipulation, no using affection as currency. I heard through mutual friends that Jessica was dating someone new, already pushing for expensive gifts, already pulling the same routine. Some people don't learn. I didn't care. That wasn't my problem anymore. One night, Sarah and I were cooking dinner at my place. Her idea, she loved to cook. She was telling me a story about one of her students when she paused. Can I ask you something? Sure. Do you ever think about her? Jessica, I considered it. Sometimes. Not in a what-if way. More like a thank God that ended way. She smiled. Good. Because I really like where this is going. Me too. She went back to chopping vegetables. I watched her for a second. This person who showed up fully as herself, who didn't need me to fund her life or prove my worth with my wallet, who just wanted to be with me because she liked being with me. Jessica had taught me something valuable, even if she didn't mean to. The moment someone makes a relationship transactional, sex for money, affection for gifts, intimacy for compliance, it's already over. It's just a question of whether you have the sense to walk away. I walked away. Best decision I ever made. And Sarah? She never once made me prove I was serious about us. She just showed up, genuine and whole, and let me do the same. That's what an actual partnership looks like. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. What do you think about this story? Share it in the comments.